Hey everyone, welcome to Indicted TV. I'm your host Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Royalty Honey. And if you don't want to be on my show and you want to stay out, hit up Attorney Rosenberg. On today's episode, we have
El Duran, Deportado movement.
yes, welcome
Still
to Indicted
bang.
TV.
Thank you for having me.
So we're gonna start. I'm gonna ask you where you were born, where you grew up. You know, your brothers, sisters, mom, dad. How it was for you growing up.
All right. Well, I was born in Nayarit, Tecuala.
Oh wait, I'm from Nayarit, Tecuala.
Is that right?
Yeah, from Rio Viejo, like Novillero.
Yeah, I'm from Tecuala. As soon as you go into Tecuala, right there in the first neighborhood right there by the gas station, that's where I came about. I grew there till like I was 6 years old. My dad came and took me back and crossed me to the 818. From there on, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay, San Fernando Valley. Since the age of 6.
6 and on.
And it was just you and your dad.
Yeah, well, my dad pretty much didn't take too much care of me. When I was 1, my dad took me from my mom, right? And he began on the run with me. And I ended up in my grandma's house over there. He was in and out, like not really there all the time. I never had a stable home there, you know? It was more with my grandparents.
Con los abuelitos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So you went to elementary in the valley, junior high in the valley, high school.
yeah.
At what age did you start seeing yourself like changing? Para hacer, you know, vagancias.
Well, el desmadre. Well, around the age, I was already, well, when I got there in mind that I come from this place, I was already like, ya era vago when I got to my grandma's house, and I was already running around a bike, getting lost in the neighborhood. And yeah, by the age of maybe 13, 14, I started being around the neighborhood, like seeing more activity. 16 years old when I was officially jumped into the hood and, you know, started doing my thing. And yeah.
So at what age did you ever go to juvenile hall?
Yeah, I hate juvenile hall like when I was 14.
Okay, so tell me about your first time that you went to juvenile hall and what you went to juvenile hall for. If you could say, obviously, you know?
Yeah, vandalism. They call me tagging.
Okay.
I was hitting up a wall. I was already doing my graffiti and stuff like that. And I just didn't look. I didn't look to that specific direction when the crash unit was right there, and they just snatched me up, took me in. Did about a month in the halls, and then they kicked me out.
How did you feel when you just got into like the halls? Like when you're getting handcuffed, when they're, you know, you're in the little car and you're getting there, you know, you're looking everywhere, estás mirando, like las cosas son diferentes. So how did you feel? ¿Te recuerdas? You still have those feelings?
Yeah, I was mad as I had barely came up on that bike.
Oh,
I was mad. I was like, can't wait to get out. Of course, they take the stuff out and get out, and you come back to my bike. But that was like the main stress, no. And then I hit the halls. I wasn't from the barrio yet, so it was more chill. Wasn't getting them up like that. It's just another experience, you know.
Of course.
Went in and got out.
And when you got home, you said you were in there for like 30 days.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Got back to it. Started hanging around. Going to school. I started going around to the neighborhood a lot more, and getting into trouble, gangbanging. Started being around the homies. Got jumped in, and yeah, we went and started doing
your career.
My career as a
criminal
gang
career.
Yeah.
Would you say so? Did you ever catch a case after that, or did you ever go back to the juvenile to the halls
Yeah, I went back to the halls.
for like violation or like a new case?
Yeah, they had me on probation. Then they snatched me up again. Already gangbanging with the homies. They call me hitting up the walls and fucking
Lo mismo.
in the high school. We're going around. They had detectives walking around the neighborhood at that point in time, and got caught up. I went. I hit the halls. This time they gave me 6 months.
And now you're a gangbanger.
I was already gangbanging, so it was already on site.
So it was a different experience.
Yeah.
So en cuanto llegaste a pelear.
If it came down to it, like pretty much, I was like in the higher units, so we pretty much locked down the whole time, and then they sent me to camp.
What would you say was your worst experience in juvenile hall from all your experiences?
There ain't really too much bad experience doing my hall time. Well, getting a little bit of more time for fighting or whatever, in camp. That's my second time. But I did my first 6 months in camp. I did it good. I got out good. I programmed. I did everything correctly.
Good. How did you feel when you first hit the camp?
I was more scared of the staff there, man. The way they scream at you and they make you work out, and and they break you off on the workouts. They make you run and shit like that.
Like marching and drilling.
And all that stuff. And then little by little, you start getting into trouble. You start seeing the cuts, and come on, let's get them up real quick. Get on your knees and handle business.
So you got on your knees and handled business.
Not like that.
No, I didn't even look at it that way. El mal pensado eres tú, ni yo.
That just sounded horrible.
You should have said pause.
Edit that shit out, fool.
It was good, actually. It was really good. It was funny. Okay, so you're in camp and ya sales. How old were you at this?
17.
Okay, so you're already an older teen.
17, yeah.
Okay. So you got out of camp. You're 17 years old. You went back to your grandma's?
Went back to my grandma's house. This time on house arrest. And no. Let me backtrack that. I hit boot camp. I had came to Mexico because I went on the run. And after I got out camp the first time, I did some stupid shit in the hood. And my pops was like low key scared, like, nah, we're just going back to Mexico. We came to Mexico. That's when I met my mom for the first time.
Oh wow.
I met my mom, and she wasn't too happy with my appearance, and she was tripping. And I stayed with her for a bit, and I was riding amok out here in Mexico. I got caught up too.
At 17 years old.
At 17, riding amok. A lot of stuff happened within that specific year.
Okay.
So I was riding amok. I was stuck on drugs, and I was getting into, my pops really never wanted to be there, He always wanted to just wash his hands. He took me from my mom when I was 1, and he always left me in different spots. And in this time around, he went and tried to wash his hands and give me back to my mom. But my mom was already, man, give me a gang member. You took a baby and you gave me back a gang member.
So right now you mentioned that when you came here at 17, you got in trouble here in Mexico. So what did you get in trouble for? And tell me about that experience, being that you already experienced going to jail in the United States and you've never experienced going to jail in Mexico. So tell me about that.
All right, so we're doing robberies. I had the little mania of getting them fake guns, stuffing some batteries in it to make it look heavy out here. And me and another homie from SD, we're riding amok out there in Tepic, Nayarit. And we were robbing people. We were just hitting them, boom, boom, we were coming up. We were on a good 2-week spree on just robbing people. We were hitting them. My mom had kicked me out the house already because I was fucking up, right?
And you're 17 years old.
Yeah, I was fucking up, and we got cracked. The cops snatched us up. They already knew who we are. They took us in, and I was about 30 minutes. They were gonna send me to the pen out here in Tepic. I was
Oh,
about,
okay. So you were in Nayarit
yeah.
when they got you.
So they snatched me up, and we're in the tank. This fool, that fool got released. His people came and got him, and the cop comes and tells me, "Hey, you're about to go in, fool. You're gonna go up in 30 minutes. They don't come get you out. You're done." So my mom pulls up. Boom. She's like, "You know what, man? I'm done with you. You need to go back. Get out of here. Leave." And I'm like, "All right." So she bailed me out. She got me out. I tried to go back to her pad, and she's like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here." I didn't have nowhere to go. I'm like, "Fuck."
No, so
You know?
you're in the streets.
Yeah. So I ended up going to Mexicali. My dad was in Mexicali. He was in Mexicali working, doing his thing. And I made it back to him. And I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Nah, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're supposed to be over there." Like, "I can't." I got I was like, "Ah, fuck that, I can't have you." So he tried to put me like in a juvenile detention center out there
In Mexicali.
to fucking get rid of me. So fucking I hit the halls también right there.
Tell
I hit
me
the halls
about-
for like a month.
Tell me your experience in the halls here in Mexico. Like, I know it's completely different. It has to be completely different.
Yeah.
Like, did they bring you food? Do they give you food? Like, did they
Right
give
there
you
they
clothes?
did.
Yeah.
Right there they did give you food. I got there and actually in the neighborhood where I was staying at with my aunt, I was cool with the neighborhood from right there. I used to bump into them fools. They're like, "What's up, fool?" Because we were from out there. They kind of like our get down, right? And I had a good vibes with them fools. And when I got to the halls, it's like a trailer, and in the trailer, they have a few cells, like six cells like that lined up,
Oh,
right?
shit,
Boom.
in the trailers.
Yeah. So, and then some of them have bunks, some of them don't. And then there's one about three. Well, when I came in, they put me in with two fools, big ass. And they were cool, but at the same time, there was like tension, right there, and it was just
Because you're in Mexico still.
Yeah. And when I went to showers, the third cell, he hits me up. He's the one. He's been there for a long time. He's like, "Hey, fool, where you from?" "I'm from
En español.
Astoria, you know."
In English or in Spanish?
En español. So de la Astoria, from Astoria Gardens and shit. And because ¿qué colonia vives? Yeah, I told him Pueblo Nuevo. You know, that's their neighborhood. And he's like, "Who do you know right there? Who do you stay with?" And I told him the name of my aunt. And asked me if I knew his homeboy that lives right there. I'm like, "Yeah, I know that fool." He's like, "Hey, fool, right now when you come back, don't even go to your cell. Just come to the cell."
Oh,
So
good.
I went to took me out of that cell, like, homie. So I'm like, "All right, cool." So when I came in, boom, I went in the cell and kicked it with them, you know.
Okay, so you moved into that bed.
I moved into that cell. Then they don't, the Judas don't keep track of that shit. So I went in there and I just chilled with them right there and did about 2 weeks. My time expired right there with him, and he's like, "Hey, fool, the caseload right there." He's like, "Hey, fool, you gotta go already. Where you gonna go to? I need a home with my aunt." He's like, "They don't want you there, fool." I'm like, "Take me to go talk to my dad. I'll talk to him." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna take you." So
That was very nice.
yeah. So I started I was gonna do this too. I went to go take out the trash when I was getting ready to go. And in the trash can, there was a fake gun, like a thing. And I grabbed it. I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pull this shit out on this fool if they don't let me go."
Oh, dang.
I snatched it. I pulled that shit in the cut. And we made it to my dad. My dad was working at a shopping center. And I'm like, "Hey, man, tell him that you want to keep me. Like, don't, you know, I'm gonna work. I'll work with you right here." And like, "Nah, f that, I can't." They were gonna send me somewhere else after that, right? They're gonna look for a way to get me out of there. And he said, "All right, I'll keep him." And he signed the paperwork and everything. I'm like, the next day I went and applied for a job right there. They gave me the job, but I was tweaking. I was wearing a mug.
Yeah, you weren't ready.
So he me echó a la, what's it called? Them fools that a rehab. He got those right here. They get you in the.
No, I was about to say that. I've heard that here the rehabs are super intense.
They killed my uncle in Mexicali.
The rehab?
Yeah, they killed one of my uncles in the rehab. They hit him with he was wild too. He tried to get on. He was one of my best uncles, and they killed him.
Oh no! Rest in peace to your tío.
And from there, I've been having a grudge on those places, man. And I guess then people came to look for me, and I didn't. They couldn't catch me. I ran. I hit the puntos, the spot where I used to get my shit from. They're like, hey, they're looking for me. Come inside, don't trip. Boom. I get in there, and then
Los puntos is where you used to go get your stuff. Got it.
Right. And then I call my grandma. I'm like, hey man, I came down here to get away from shit, and I'd rather just go over there and turn myself in, like help me get back. And she's like, look, man, I'm gonna send somebody over there already. Just don't go to your dad, find a way to fucking kick it, and I'll go. And then I got to my dad. I'm like, I'm crossing the border already. I'm gonna leave tomorrow. And he's like, all right, fuck it. So he crossed me. He brought me to TJ.
So he crossed you?
No, he just brought me to TJ and dropped me off.
The Mexicali?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the late, then they came and they crossed me out.
Tell me about your crossing.
On that one.
Because you're 17 at this age. Okay, tell me about that.
It's these people are the same people that always cross me. Like,
los mismos.
Porque sí he venido y I came and went.
Ah.
Because my dad will come and do his things and he'll bring me with him. Pero esta gente ya me había cruzado varias veces. Like they came and they snatched me up.
Fucking fly.
They snatched me up. They just crossed me across. I already knew the name. I always crossed with that fool's name.
Okay.
Y me cruzaron. Like it's a trip though, cause that time we got there. I got the Momo. I got the hotel and everything, and I'm waiting for them to pick me up. We go to the store to get some stuff, right? And then some food pulls up, and he's like, "Hey, eres Rubén?" He goes, "Simón, me mandó esta persona por ti. Let's go now. Right now we gotta cross." I'm like, "All right." Fool. I jumped in the car, and then he just takes me to another colonia that I don't even know where the hell. Like, he's like, "You got the money?" I'm like, "Nah, I can't give you money right now until you cross me." "Nah, you gotta give me the money right now, cause it wasn't even the people. They were listening to the phone calls, and we're doing phone calls through the phones in the sidewalk, through the pay phones, and that fool just dropped us off. Dropped me off in the park. My dad was already gone. Once I jumped in the car, my dad goes, "All right, for a rato." Boom, my dad left. And then this would drop me off in a park, right? And I'm like, man, I gotta get back to the Momo, to the hotel. And I start walking. I asked this fool, "How do I get to this hotel? You gotta go this way." I made it back. When I got there, that fool was already looking for me. The fool that was gonna cross me. He's like, "Where you been, fool?" I'm like, "Man, this fool said you send them." "Nah, homie, if it ain't me, you don't go with no one." I'm like, "Oh shit." So we crossed normal weekend, and then Como nada. I remember I used to go to that fool's pad, and he'll have back rooms full of people waiting to get picked up. But I was VIP though. I'll kick it in there with his sons and everything, Yeah.
So you crossed and you went to your grandma's.
I went back to my grandma's,
to the valley again.
Throw myself in. That's when I hit my 8 months. My 8 months in camp months. On that one, they did hit me with my house arrest. And I was
at your grandma's.
On my grandma's house.
Did you finish or did you?
I cut that shit off.
You cut it off.
I lasted about 2 to 3 weeks. We had something going on in my neighborhood. I had a few homegirls. Our get down was motel hoppings, right? Like we'll rob motherfuckers that were doing things. We'll take them to the momos, and I go in there and take their stuff. Their stuff. And it was popping in that time, so I wanted to go already. I was like, "Fuck, I need to make."
Like, around what years was this? Just so that the people could get a visual of the time,
It was like late 2000, 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, on that time frame.
Yeah, that time was kind of extremely active.
It was.
I remember those times too.
It was vicious.
I was doing bad too.
Yeah, it was a time. And Yeah, that was the thing. I wanted to go. I went to the hood. I used to go. You know, I was going to school. I was still going to school.
Because you're still a minor at this time.
Yeah, I was going to continuation school at I forgot the name. I'm not even gonna mention no names. I'm not sure about the school. I was going to the continuation school, and after the school, the hood was on the way, so I'll get off the bus and I'll go kick it in the hood.
And you never made it to school.
Never made it home. No, I'll go to school, but I never make it home. Like I made it home late. Then the homegirls will pull up, and they're like, "What the fool? I'm gonna take you home." They took me home, and I kept doing the same thing over and over. And then I finally just said, "Man, this." The hood was too active in that time. There was too many of us. It was just a blast. You know what I mean? And it was active with my enemies, and
it was fun.
it was awesome. And I got home and my man, this, I ain't gonna go to sleep. I cut the house arrest off. I ran. The homegirls were already there, hitting the pookie.
Oh, shit.
Like, let's go. Like, you cut that shit off. Like, yeah, let's go. We fucking went. And from there, I went on the run. And,
at 17 years old, you went on the run.
I went on the run. I was already about to turn 18 already.
Okay.
Yeah. I did turn 18 on the run.
And how was the run for you? You were just everywhere with your like you weren't at your grandma's house anymore.
Small tail hoppings. Yeah,
Okay.
I had to leave. That house was too strict for me. It was too strict. It was just not cool.
I mean, it was probably cool. It just wasn't cool for you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want that lifestyle.
Nah.
You wanted to be in the streets.
Wanted to be out and about. And I turned 18 and on the run. But that time when I went on the run, I did last a good time out. I did last that one. I want to say because it seemed like it was a long time. I was out there doing my thing. Yeah.
So what did you do did you ever go to prison?
Yeah.
What did you go to prison for?
I got on a stolen vehicle, G-Ride.
Okay.
They call me G-Riding to go do the same missions that I was doing.
Okay.
On time
yeah.
frame.
Okay. So that's what you went to prison for.
That's what I went to prison. They just give me a quick 16 months passing through.
How was so you hit the LA County?
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience in the LA County.
Well, look, first they got me on a G-Ride, right? And slash carjacking, right? I was doing a highway with these females, whatever, got caught. And I hit the county. She took the rap for the whole get down. She had like a like a 2 years your suspension or something like that.
Her.
Yeah. So she's
already caught.
Yeah, look, fool, you already turned. Let me go in, fool. You don't even know what's up. I got this, fool. They don't even got nothing on you, fool.
She was down, huh?
Yeah, they don't got shit on you, fool. I was driving the Ranfla. The strap was under the seat. Don't say nada. Whatever. She went down. She hit the pin. I hit the county on that one, and I got out like in a month.
Okay, but tell me your first experience. I mean, it's the county. Like you hear all these stories. You're 18. You're sobering up. You're on a sick one. You know, like it's a whole different program. You got to work out.
Yeah,
you know, it's a whole different thing.
It was tense. I had 3800 state module, and I was with the main fool that had the whole get down right there. And pretty much, I'm more of I just watch and learn, see what's cracking when I'm in there. You know what I mean? It was tense, active. I saw a lot of shit. The gallo, when you hear the homies sounding off, it was just like, hell yeah, that shit sounds bad. You know,
Is that what it's called?
It's war, yeah. Hearing all that, you know, it was all new to me, and it was like, this is, you know, soldier mode, you know. The rutinas, the spread, the food. I remember when I seen the first spread, I was like, what the fuck is that? I was hungry though. Yeah. They hooked me up with a sandwich, man. That shit was bomb. And then from there, it's been a tradition to always make one, you know. Till now, I still make spreads, you know.
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. You know, my kids like them.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just, you know, they gave me they let me out, got out, and then in that county time, it was like my neighborhood. We're we're like we're a small hood, huh? And our enemies are like they surround my neighborhood. You know what I mean? We're like pretty much in their territory, but
Okay.
we're known for having that, you know, for taking that spot. And in that time, we were good. Like I met a few of them fools, and they were like, all right, whatever, we're on the Southside program, right? And second time around when it just kept
Worse.
getting crazier, right? Yeah, I hit the county already for a high speed.
Tell me about your high speed.
It was fun. I had like 16 cop cars in a helicopter behind me, right? We got snatched. The
Right away?
Toyota Camry sucks. They got me. It's just that car. I had a few of them already. They couldn't mess with. And that specific car, they always get me on the car, man. You know, the steering wheel was too loose. I just had to go straight, you know, and they were on me.
Did you pull over? Did you like?
No, I blocked off because remember, fuck, I skipped that. Um, she had got out of prison, you know. I was trying to get her away from that scene, so I blocked off the street. She booked it, and I booked their way. You
So
know
they
what I
could
mean?
follow you.
And they just snatched me up. They fucked me up, and took me in.
At this age, you're already 19.
Yeah, they took me in
To the county again.
to the county, and at that time I hit the county. We had it wasn't gravy no more as a we're homies, you know what I mean? It was tension with my rivals right
In
there
the county,
in
even
the
though it
county,
shouldn't
even
really
though
be
we
that
were
way.
even though we were supposed to be good. We get there. Well, I hit the I'm good. I'm programming, doing what I gotta do, right? And we hit the it's time to go to court. I hit the court and I see a homie right there, all beat up, right? Black guys bleed like beat up. And then I looked at him and I'm right in the entrance where you push a thing. I'm like, "What's up, fool?" He's like, "Where you from?" "I'm from Astoria, fool." He's like, "I'm from Astoria. What they call you?" I'm like, "Get on my name, right?" And what they call you? Call me, you know, they gives me his name. And I'm like, "Mother, it's me, fool, you don't remember me?" Like, I didn't really recognize him because I was, you know, I'm like, "What
He was
happened
beat
to
up.
you?" He's like, "What happened to you?" I'm thinking he rolled it up from a cell or something happened to him. I like right away I got sketchy about him, right?
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Nah, fool, just be ready right now because it's gonna crack, fool, once this was come in."
Oh, they beat him up in the cell, in the
Yeah,
holding tank.
he was they had him. So just be ready, fool. Like, you know, right now we're gonna get it cracking. We got this personal shit with these fools and it's hectic. And I'm like, what the
Y tú ni en
that's
cuenta, or you
serio,
knew.
güey? Well, I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the first time in the county, it was it was cool. I bumped into some of them fools and we were good. And then this time, now, as soon as we got done talking, and he's like, whatever, my heart went to my stomach. I'm like, man, all right, cool. Fool comes in, big ass. Um, he like, he gives me his hood.
You told them?
I told him what's up, and he dissed like, boom. This fool rushed on, bing, boom, start fucking him up, boom, boom, start jumping him.
¿Cómo le hizo?
This fool hopped and he cracks this fool, and we jump on him. Now all the homies that are there, they're looking at us bad, like, fool, what the jumping the homie and this and that. But the whole time it wasn't even. It was them doing that to us. You
It
know
was
what I
just
mean?
like you just caught him by
Pero
himself.
ahí right there, we were like, it made us look, you know. And then fool, everybody jumped on him, and this fool actually hopped up, and he's like, "Hey, nah, it's good. We got it like that with these fools. They were supposed to do that."
Okay.
He tells them, and he se calman, right? They come down, and Fool tells him, hey, your homie's about to pull up right now too. His homie's a boxer. Fool walked in, boom.
Fuck.
And he's mad dogging us, like, fool. And I looked at him too. So, what's up, fool? Whatever, we're here, homie, you know. And I was skinny as fuck, you know, like, fuck, homie, I'm gonna get fucked right now. These fools are huge. And that's it. They get at us in the tanks. They're like, well, in the bus, like, hey, right now we're gonna handle business when we hit the tanks. I'm like, all right, cool. So we hit the tanks. They take their shirts off because bad. If he was coming down from prison to fight whatever thing he had going on with his case, and the homie asked me, "Who you got?" I'm like, "I got this fool, the biggest one." He's the older homie, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I got the biggest one, fool. He's like, all right, I got this fool, but I should have got the other fool because this fool's already all fucked up. The other fool was a boxer. He made the homie. He couldn't see nothing. And I got up with this fool, but you know his size kind of off. He wasn't hitting me, and we handled business. We did our thing. POs came, separate us, and that's it. We took it. They separate us. They took us.
So what happened at court?
They give us a hearing.
Oh, okay, okay.
They give us a hearing and everything, and what was the case and what we're facing. You know, the first one.
Okay.
And then we went back to the cells. And did our thing. I think like a week or 2 weeks later, we went back to court, and it was again. Now it was just me. A homie from Tunerville comes down, and he's like, "Hey fool, I heard what's going on. Fool, I'm gonna let this fool jump you. Fool, don't trip. I got you and this and that, because we're pretty tight with them." All right, whatever, fool, don't trip. So the same fool that I got him up with walks in, and he just looked at me like, "What's up, fool?" All right, walks in, and then his other homie walks in. Not the same fool, another big goes in, and I'm like, "Damn, I'm gonna get all right." So like, whatever, we go to court. This fool gets at me, "Hey fool, what they call you, fool? Call me Lento for my storia, homie." And he's like, "All right, fool. So right now when we get in there, you're gonna get down with my homie, and I'm gonna get down with you. Or vice, como say, all right?" I'm like, "All right." So we get there. That fool takes off his shit. Damn, I'm all fuck it, whatever. Let's go. This time around, I was already working out. I had my burpees in. The homies next to my
you're
cell.
already in there like a few months, right?
Yeah, the homie next to my cell. I was with him this last term. In this my last term I seen him in Nevada because I did time over there, and he was right there next to me. He's like, "Hey, if I need you to work out every day, if I need you to hit the burpees and get ready." He knew what was going on. He was putting me up on game and everything. "I need you to work out." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I started getting my money. This time I was good, you know. I wasn't smoke. We got him up again. Boom, boom, boom. Same fight. You know, same fight. He couldn't get me. We fucking got him up. He was trying to push his weight on me. And the Judas came in. Thank God they separate us, you know. I had to get down with that other fool.
What would you say was the craziest thing you saw in your LA County experience?
I think that, man, going through that.
Yeah.
Going through that, not being able to do your case, your time right, and having to deal with that every day, you know. Because like on the second time, we were in Supermax, and it was hectic too. Every time after dinner, we had to push the bunks and get them up. You know what I mean? Push the bunks, get them up with these fools. And if they had a new homie come in, they had to jump us. And then the homies will push the issue like, "Hey, fool, you're still a homie, dog. These fools, get them up with this one-on-one, call them one-on-one." And we get them up. Boom.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I'm like, all right, fool. You know?
No puedes ni descansar.
Yeah, it was cool, though. You know, it built character, you know?
Yeah, it is what it is.
It built character, and it prepared me.
Definitely is what it is. Well, what would you say was the worst thing you done that you could talk about in your LA County experience? Your face?
Nah, LA County, I'm not gonna. It's just that.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
But the worst thing that I have, like in my prison experience, it would have to be my last term. You know, somebody out of my cell that was real close to me, but something followed them, and I had to get them out. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
That came with a lot of emotion, you know what I mean? And
That is the worst thing
yeah,
probably you could do in life, kind of.
yeah,
So you're in the county, right? You're
yeah.
fighting all the time. What did you get sentenced to?
16 months.
16 months. And what prison did you go to?
I hit Tehachapi for reception, and then from right there they sent me to Ironwood. Since I
Okay.
was just passing through with that little bit of time, I hit Ironwood for a bit.
And how was that experience? Because it was actually your first time,
It
right?
was it was tense. It was like a new experience. I'm seeing a whole bunch of, I'm young, you know what I mean? I'm seeing a bunch of homies deep, and then plus my neighborhood coming to prison for like being one of the first ones to go into prison and your enemies seeing you. It was hectic, you know what I mean? Like there's still, even though we're in prison, you still have
That
that
tension.
animosity against you, you know what
Yes.
I mean? It
Was
was
it-
it was tense.
Did you still have to fight like you did?
No,
in
no,
the-
no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Unless they have on you, personal, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can't function like that.
Okay. And you said how long did you do there?
16
months.
16. Plus it took some time. 16 would have like maybe about 11, 10, 12 months.
Oh, so that
And
went
then-
really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time you were adjusting, it was time for you to get out.
And then they shot me to Donovan from there. Shot me to Donovan to do like another little bit of time, and then right there they sent me to Tijuana.
Oh, so you were at Donovan, and from there you went to Tijuana. How does that process go? Like the whole deportation, like when you get picked up by immigration. Tell me how that process is.
Well, it's different processes. Like that one was pretty simple because I just had to I didn't have to go see the judge, so they gave me. When I hit the immigration center in SD, and they just me leyeron la cartilla like, look, you're gonna be deported for 10 years. You can't come back within the 10-year time, or you're gonna
You'll
we're
do
gonna
the 10 years.
no 10 years. I
Oh.
can't. They give me like a 10-year deportation. I had to be out of the country for 10 years.
Okay,
If I come back, you're gonna give me 20 and like that. Boom,
Okay.
boom.
Okay. I understand that. And what is the difference like from being in the, United States prisons in the counties compared to the immigration detention center or whatever it's called?
It's like a county. It's boring. No program. You're with different races there now. No politics, none of that. So it's like, fuck, you're not used to certain things. You know what I mean? This fool's loud. This fools are sitting anywhere. It's just weird.
Okay. So that is kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. I mean, in some, no, it is weird.
Because that's not what you were used to.
But then again, like, you don't really have other race, like the ones that we separate from in prison. They're not there. There's other races, like, you know what I mean? So it's, when you try to politic, it makes no sense, like, sort of.
Because they don't
Because
care.
they don't understand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not gang members.
Yeah. The only thing is will be the paisas and us, that will respect our that we know our get down, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And how long, like when they deport you, do they just like throw you? Like, how they say the stories like, oh, mamá me tiraron afuera. Like, is that really like a thing? They just open the door and you're in Mexico?
Yeah, they just send you out. Boom, that's it. Aquí en esta,
Okay.
in this deportation, no, the first time they did send me to Tijuana. Boom. They just kick you out, and then right there you just
Figure it out.
figure it out, see what you're gonna
Yeah, that is so scary. Especially like, I mean, you have experience living out here in Mexico, or but it's like crazy because there's people that literally went to Mexico, they went to the United States at the age of like no age or like one, so they don't know anything.
do. Yeah.
So that's like super scary. Like I don't know what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like que me tiren ahí, me van a robar, and I don't know what the heck is gonna happen.
It is. Remember, see what I told you when they pick me up and they're like, hey, this will send me. Cause they be hearing your phone calls. Like you're calling to have money sent to you, to your family, and the phones are tapped.
Wow, from the people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you got deported. You're in Tijuana. What happens? You crossed again, or
Que es esta cahuila, man.
hey. No.
Nah, I got deported, hit my primo up, and they took me to a cerro and we kicked it right there. That deportation kicked it. And when I was running amok, I had met some homies from MCP, in the Valle, in the Panorama area, and we ended up being real tight. You know, we ended up doing a few jales or whatever. That brought us close, and then we ended up being like having a good bond with each other. And but I got sent out. I called this fool. I'm like, hey fool, I'm out. He's like, where you at, fool? I'm gonna come get you right now. I'm like, Palabra, you gonna come get me, fool? Yeah, I'm in Tijuana, fool. I was like, all right, give me a few hours on, let me see what I could do. And then I hit him back like 4 hours later. If we're gonna be over there like around 7 a.m. We'll be ready.
Los mismos que siempre los mismos.
No, este es otro. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not with the family no more. You know.
Okay.
I'm more on my own.
You meet your own.
I'm on my own now. And he's like, I'll be there like around 6 a.m. Fool, ponte trucha. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, this fool ain't gonna come. So I go back to the pad, and I still have the clothes from my yard clothes and shit from when I got out.
24 hours.
It hasn't been a week. I lasted about a week, like 5 days.
Okay.
And then they're like, we're on our way, fool. So they're coming. I'm chilling. I'm waiting. I didn't sleep all night. That fool was telling me that they got a Six Flags Magic Mountain season pass for me. Fool looks like me. I'm like, what the fool? Like, So they fools crossed the border at that time. They made it. So I'm looking at the time. It's already 8, 9, and they still ain't here. So I'm like, ya no van a venir. So they hit me at like around 9:30, around there, and they're like, we're already here at Torritos, fool, con Kyle. So I smashed, fool.
God, I bet you felt so good.
Yeah.
Like, ay, tengo a alguien, no te sientes tan solo.
The homies that I knew from the area, they went out there, and we're here, fool. They were 5 deep on a Toyota Camry, right? And the main fool walked it, he wasn't, because he's doing his thing or whatever out there. So he wasn't gonna risk it. So they get there, they give me the clothes, I get dressed, and they give me the ID, and I'm like, no, mom, anyway, I'm gonna get caught with this shit. But it, I'm not gonna. It came on my time for you fools, you know what I mean? I got dressed and we smashed. So what had happened? Reason why they got there late, because when they were looking for, when they crossed, they made a wrong turn. It's confusing right there. They made the wrong turn, and they ended up crossing back to SD.
Oh.
Right. So they came back, bam, and they made it late. So now we're crossing. Now they finally got me, and he's like, hey, fool, en qué línea nos vamos? I'm like, just go on the fastest one, fool. Go on the ones going faster. And he's, boom, 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 we move. We went about 3 sections, bam. And then we get into the caseta, and he's like, wait, it's the same one that we just passed through right now.
Oh, no.
So he's like, we were all scared already, The homie's already walking. And we get there, and the homie Prophet, rest in peace, he's the one driving, right? And he's like, he gets to the thing, and it was a chino. And he's like, again? And he's like, yeah, you know what, man? I'm tired. Fuck TJ. I can't do this shit no more. I keep getting lost, man. I'm just going back home. He played it off. He's like, all right, go ahead. Boom. He passes. Like,
ay, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, they made it. They let us go. So we just went to kick it to a pad for a little bit before we went through the second crossing. There's another crossing where the foot goes. I don't know if they still have that. There's another crossing where the foot goes from side to side. We went to go kick it for a little bit, had a few beers, smoked, and chill. And then we just made it back to the hood.
And so you crossed with the Magic Mountain.
We didn't even use it, but that was my
En dado caso.
that was my
Hey,
my
because
savior.
before it was so easy to cross. Like just with the school ID, lo que sea. Now I'm sure it's like
Now it's
harder.
fucking passport and all kinds of shit.
Yes. So you crossed, you're happy. Obviously, you're back in the States.
Back in the hood, made it. My grandma was like, no, hell nah, fool. You can't be here. You gotta go. I'm like, all right.
How long were you out there?
On that one, like about less than a month.
Oh my goodness. So nomás un mes para hacer el desastre?
Less than a month. I just got back. I got back and started running amok with the homies again.
So what did you get arrested for?
Another high-speed chase.
No, so you're a high speed chaser.
I
then,
like
huh?
G-rides. I like cars. I like driving.
The way you say it. So you got busted in a high speed chase.
Another high-speed.
And what did you get sentenced to?
That one 2 years.
2 years.
2 years since 2 years.
And you went to the county, same experience.
Same experience. This one that hit me. It was Supermax. Same thing. Getting them up with these fools.
Because it's still the same.
It's still full blown. That lasted for some time. We went through it.
Wow.
We went through it. Yeah. Went to Supermax. Yeah, we just getting them up again with these fools, and then
What prison did you end up in?
Delano. I went to New Delano for reception, and then from right there they shot me to McFarland. Got them up with some fool, and then they went to the hole to law school. I was in the hole for a bit.
Tell me about your experience in the hole.
It was whack because we had the Bulldogs like on the bottom tier.
Okay.
They had double lock on their and we're on the top tier. And the fools would just bark at us, try to spray us, and you know, just talk shit. We can't say nothing to them. You know, just doing our thing.
How long were you there at that place for?
I finished my time. I pretty much did like at McFarland. I stayed there like about 6-7 months, and the rest of my time I did it right there in the whole too.
Oh, okay.
And then they kicked me out.
What would you say was the worst experience from that term?
The worst experience from that term, I remember we got in a riot, and it was just amongst us. You know, I'm not gonna go too much into details, but it was just amongst us. You know, it was because we didn't have nobody at that point running that.
And was that your first riot?
That was my first one right there.
And how did you feel inside, like when you heard like about to go down? Like
I was like, "Who do I hit? We all look the same."
scary, right?
Nah, yeah, it was cool.
It was what it was.
It was you hear the 3 shots and go back to the spot.
Ah.
Yeah.
So like 3 shots from the guards.
The block gun.
Okay.
Before the Mini 14
All right,
comes out.
Hey, sorry, there's a lot of more.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I think it's because there's the cows really, really close.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's where you were at. You did your shoot term there as well.
I was just in the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the hole. And how was it there for you? Like, they only give you like a certain amount of food? Like, what did you do to pass your time?
It's about the same. Write letters, bullshit with the celly.
So you had a lot of pen
tell
pals.
stories, tell war stories.
Yeah.
Not really.
Did you ever have a visit while being incarcerated?
Yeah, my grandma will go see me.
Hi.
My grandma will go out there and see me, and she always hoped that I will turn into a church boy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't gonna happen.
So you got out after that. Did you get deported again?
Yeah, I got deported. This
How
time
did-
they sent me to Nogales.
Tell me about that Nogales experience.
So they came, they got us. We flew. I had to fucking be in prison to be on a plane.
So you went on Con Air.
Yeah, they flew me out to I think Florence, Arizona. From right there, I hit immigration. Right there, you had a bunch of Pakistanians. You had a lot of fools right there. It was pretty crazy.
When you were getting on the Con Air on the plane, was that your first time flying?
First time flying.
And how did you feel? You're scared?
Scared.
Oh, scary.
I still be scared. I'll be going to Mexico City. I'll be scared, and I'm like, fool, and then I just start. I'll be scared.
And then
man.
you're handcuffed?
Handcuffed. Yeah, that's just scary. And we hit that immigration center right there. They took, and got kicked out through Nogales. Nogales, I don't really remember too much of that process right there, but they just kicked us out. I remember just Nogales having one main street. We hit we got there like around 1 a.m. We had to walk a few blocks. I remember everybody just gathering up. They just walked together to the bus station, and we all just got together and we strolled it to the bus station. Just stay in a unit so they won't f us. I'm all right. So we got there.
The cops will mess with you guys, or just like the
Just anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a crowd and, you know, just anybody, whatever, you know.
Uh-huh.
We got there and then we're starting to see a bunch of homies already there waiting because they were deported, you know, también. So we started kicking it and let's go get some weed, and we started going out, you know, and we got some bud that were smoking in the thing. The cops came and us. We paid them off and they let us go. We went back inside and then just worked my way back to Tijuana.
Oh, little by little.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get back to
Oh, that's
Tijuana?
the same. Just that bus ride. I just jumped
okay.
on the bus and made it back to Tijuana. I'm
And-
not gonna.
Okay. So it's not even that serious. It's just 'cause
Yeah.
I thought, like, you say you work your way over here, so I'm thinking like, ¿agarras un trabajito? ¿Te quedas 2 días?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, ya salí con una feria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, okay, I get it. So you're back in TJ.
Back in TJ, at that time I was in a relationship. I worked it and, you know, we tried to make it work out here. It didn't. We lasted out here. Well, it was like in 2004. I got back 2006.
Oh, so you were out here for a while.
Yeah, so I tried to make it work out. So still,
Yeah.
I worked for a little bit. I started doing good for a little bit, and then I started meeting the homies, and it was just,
Because there's so many of you guys out
started
here.
running amok. Yeah, we're deep. Started running amok again, and working. You know, trying to do it, and you can't live that double life. You know,
Yeah, it's
if you
hard.
have a family and
No.
you can't do it. You know, I ended up. She got pregnant. You know, 'cause I got twins. And ended up, we couldn't do it no more. We went to Ensenada and tried to make it happen out there, and no. So she just went back. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Sometimes we try to move around thinking that it's gonna make life better, but if we are not better, life is not gonna ever be
You can't-
okay.
yeah.
Because it doesn't matter where you live; it's how you are. You
Yeah.
know, like it's us, like me. Like, like when you're young, they try to send you, different places. Ay, métete con tu tía a ver cómo va a ser. But no, en realidad, it's how we
If you don't
are.
help yourself, if you don't want to
Exactly.
change, you don't want to make that change, no, it's not gonna happen.
Exactly. So you were in Ensenada, it didn't work out. You made it back.
They made it back, and that's it. I'm like, I'm just gonna go back. You know, I don't want my twins to see this shit out here. So, they got me a coyote. They can't. I made it back over here to Tijuana again. Kicked it for a little bit, and that's it. You're ready. I got the hotel, and the lady comes, and she's like, hey, I need you to memorize this information right here. This is who you're gonna use as a name. And I'm like, all right, cool. I memorized the whole shit. I was ready. I'm like, go. She comes in the morning. She's like, you ready? You wanna walk it or you wanna
Okay.
drive? I wanna drive. I'm like, all right, let's go. Hopped in the car and we smashed out. I remember that time, the night before, some fool comes and tells me, all right, let's go, everybody. Boom. He gets us like, let's go. I'm like, hey, fool, I can't cross through there. I gotta if they catch me, I'm gonna do time. He's like, oh, ¿tú cómo te llamas? And I tell him my name. And he's like, nah, tú vas por las puertas. And I made it back. I remember that shit was hell because you had to go all the way up the thing and then crawl down and then you had to roll on the ground. By the time I got up from that, I was fainting. I was fucking on that dope. I was like, damn, I'm not gonna make it, dog. You know, I went back.
Wow. So you literally have to go through some shit.
Yeah.
To cross.
So he's like, nah, you're gonna go through, VIP. You know, I went back to the motel, fucking cleaned up, and the lady comes the next morning. Is like, nah, fool, you should have just stayed. You tell them that you know. So we're on the car. We about to cross, and I tell her, hey, man, ¿qué pasó? ¿Estás nervioso? And I go, yeah, I forgot everything. I don't remember shit. Everything just went bah. She's like, nah, don't worry about it. Don't trip, watch. I was like, huh? Don't trip, watch. Boom. And she got to the migra. And she's like, this is my son. His name is boom, 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 boom. Refresh my whole memory right there. His name is this and that, this and that. He was born here. They robbed him over there. And, look at him. I'm taking him back home. Fuck this and this and that. Same thing my other homie did. Like, he worked the fucking migra,
Uh-huh.
And he was like, oh, okay. She seen the ID. And he's like, all right, pásale. Fucking made it.
Oh, shit.
I made it, got to the hood. Got to the, and this time went to her pad.
Your
It
grandma's?
was right in the, no, I went to
Girls.
my ex
The twins.
pad. I got there and had my twins. My homies pulled up deep because we were right in the hood. My homies pulled up. Oh, what's up, fool? Oh, give me a strap, though. I can't be right here like that. You know what I mean? And they got me that shit. And then from there, I started running the muck again. I started doing my thing with the homies, going around, rushing fools in, and going around with the homies. And I had some good homies that cared about me, and they're like a homie, or the homie Camel called the homies in Las Vegas. So we have another chapter in Las Vegas. These homies are like the homies that they already like they're doing good, you know. They're with their families and
They already
everything.
did what they had to do and they've grown up.
Yeah, so he's like, I told him, hey, fool, try to get me out there too, fool. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna put a good word, fool, on trip. I got you. So hey, we got this fool here up, fool. He got his kids. He's doing shit he ain't supposed to be doing at his age, man. We're gonna send him out there. And the homie Chuchi, he's like, all right, fucking send him. He's gonna stay with me. I made it. They sent me over there, and I told you stay here. I'm gonna go get a job, do what I gotta do, and I'll bring you guys back. Hell nah, I landed with the homie. We was doing missions already. You like, fuck it, let's go. God, kicking down doors, doing shit. It was just, man. So there goes another one.
So what did you get arrested for?
On that one, look, so I started working, right? And I started serving, I started selling, you know, like out the house, they're coming, ta, 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 ta. But I had my twins, I was babysitting, she had a highlight, whatever. And they'll come knock every 5 minutes, ta, ta, ta. It was a trap, you know what I mean? And I was serving my shit. And, you know, I started making my money, paying the rent with all that shit. It started getting high. Like I already had the whole block sold up. I was starting to see undercovers. I probably even sold to one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started seeing a lot of funny shit. Like the food, I re-up. I got another one.
High
yeah, every now and then. All right.
Oh, so it wasn't like before.
It wasn't every day. I was like, you know, every now and then I'll fucking get lost, you know, and go on a good one, on a sick one.
On a binge.
Yeah, and so it started getting hot. I started seeing a lot of funny shit. I started selling that fucking crystal and shit. That's when that came in the picture. That shit was all bad. I was getting the bad people coming in, you know, and I had bad eyes on me. So on that one, they got me on. They raided my house. They got me on ex-felon possession of a firearm. Intent to sell. They found some shit. They found some bullshit. They didn't find the main clavo though. I still got out. Hey, but that's a trip though, cause I already had an immigration hold. I went to the county twice over there, and they let me out.
Oh wow.
You know, they got me on that, and fucking they raided the house. They found the strap. They found the dope. And that's it. I went to the county.
In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
Okay.
I lasted about 2 days. I was using a social security, a different fool's name, right? I gave him the name, but my fingerprints gave who the fuck I was.
Oh, yo.
And I don't know what happened in their system that they released me. They're like, you're getting OR. The judge wasn't hearing this shit, and they let me out. Boom. So I made it out. I'm like, I'm back. I'm like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be deported, fool, you know? So I kept going. We moved out of that house, got another apartment, and I kept doing the same thing. But this time, since when that happened, I lost a lot of traffic. Like I lost a lot of customers and shit. So it was just, I couldn't get my momentum back up, you know. So I started robbing. I started hitting licks. Started doing things, you know. And that spot got hot. And they finally busted me, you know. I went to the county for having shit on me. They raided my pad and I went in.
Is the county in Las Vegas very, very different compared to the county in LA?
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's whack. Like homies from, like we come from Cali. We can't sell up with certain people. You know what I mean? No. And when we come from out here, they'll put us like in the hole, and they'll validate us, and then they'll see where. Not the validation, not the Cali validation. Don't mix it up. You know, it's just like they validate who you run with and your status of whatever, right?
Got
And they
it.
before they put you into in general population, they could mix you up with the or whatever, you know. And is that cool to say? You blur that out, right?
You're okay.
They mix you up with these people, and you're not supposed to, you know. And luckily, I was good. I was with a homie, you know. That's it. And then I caught my time right there. They gave me 2 years, two and some change. I ended up doing 3 years on that term, right? And I had to stay with some time up there.
How was that?
It was crazy because you just have it's active. You got a lot of solid homies, but we don't have like a main. But it's active. It's more activeness. It's not like California.
And Vegas.
In Vegas, it's no,
First,
yeah,
and then wait.
yeah.
Got it.
We don't have that right there. There's none of that, you know. And it's just a table, you know. And sometimes they could make a bad call and
then ruins
shit
a lot.
like that.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I understand. So was that your last term?
That was my last term.
Yeah, it was your last term. So what year did you get out?
2016.
2016. What was the worst thing you saw or that you did there in the Vegas?
Well, when I was in that 3 yard right there, right? And I was in the 3 yard. From right there, they processed me to a 2 yard, but it's different. It's not the same thing from California,
Okay.
right? It's a whole different thing over there. Of course, a 3 yard, it is an active yard. It is an active yard, right? It's like a el filtro, no? Like right there, they see who you are. They start seeing if you're gonna be good or whatever. The homies will analyze you, whatever, you know. And then they send us to the 2 yard. Bam! I hit the 2 yard. Like, damn, it's fucking lovely here. You know what I mean?
Más calmado.
So since I'm immigration, they sent me to Southern Desert, right?
Okay.
So they sent all the paisas, everything on that yard. But when I told the homie from 18, I'm like, hey, fool, they're sending me to Southern Desert. He's like, fuck, perrillo. I mean, it's a good yard, fool, but from right there, fool, a lot of homies go to the Max yard, which it's like the Pelican Bay of Nevada, right?
Okay.
You go to Ely Max, fucking, just be trucha, fool, just be on your toes, you know what I mean? It's good, fool, but a lot of fool slip through the cracks there, fool.
Got it.
That are no good, and you're gonna have to go. So, fucking, I get there. I wasn't even there a week. The building setup is like it's like a hallway, kind of like a juvenile hall. It's like a hallway and there's a bunch of doors. Oh shit!
You're okay.
It's like doors, bam, 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 and then at the front of the hall, in the hallway, is like a big ass, like bars, right? So cell rack, and it's just a long ass hallway. And then during the day, they open up except count times, during the day they open up the doors and you're just in the hallway walking around, boom, wearing a mug.
Just in the hallway.
Yeah. You don't even got a day room where you go and chill. It's just a fucking hallway.
Just a hallway.
A bunch of homies go in the same cell and chill, drink beer, drink Pruno, beer, and chill.
Did you ever get sick from Pruno?
Nah, I really didn't I wasn't the type to be partying or doing none of that. I always been on standby. I always being good, you know, try to stay sharp. So I get there and then, you know, I did my yard where I meet the homies and everything, right? And we were in the room one day and they start telling me, hey, there's a fool in this fucking building that has to go. He's fucking, I guess he rolled it up from another spot, right? It was a homie, but slice gava, you know what I'm saying? And he had a tattoo on him, but he had long hair, trying to cover that shit so he won't be, you know, he was running with the gavas right there. And so we're in the thing, we're mapping things out, how we're gonna do it. It was 6 of us in that thing, right? And we're mapping it out, getting ready for it. And of course, all of us can't go. Only like 2, 3 fools, you know, go get this fool. But in that time, fool comes in. He's like, hey, fool, that fool knows already. He's leaving right now. Everybody comes out. We rushed that fool. Everybody, we nearly killed that. We let that fool dragging from the back of the thing. to the front.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then everybody went in their cells.
Would you say that was like the worst thing?
No, look. So we're getting this fool. Boom, boom, boom. We're maxing them out, and my perrito, this fool I was road dogging it with right there, right? I guess he had some incriminating paperwork on him. He had told me that, look, fool, I don't want to hear it. If it's a dead issue, I don't care, fool. I don't tell me. If you're good, the homies got you. No quiero saber, way, you know, it's whatever, fool. Shame on me for, you know, letting that go. So he was hating that fool. Bah, 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 bah. He's getting him in. He was like the main fool, fucking doing his thing. So we made it to the hole. I mean, we got all fucked. We sent to the hole. We kicked it there for like a good month in the hole right there, and then they shipped us to Ely Max.
Which is like you said it was like the Pelican Bay, but in Vegas,
in Vegas,
Nevada.
Yeah. Anybody that goes out there, like all the whole system there, the whole work there. Once a homie goes up there, is
that's
like
where
they
he's
already
going.
know that fool's coming from Ely. The fool did a jale, and they show you love, you know.
Got it.
Yeah. So I get there, and we're in the hole. You know, and I guess the caseload, she comes and gets at us, and she's like, "Look, I'm gonna send you guys to GP, but you need to settle up with somebody that you came with. Let me settle up with this fool. All right, but it's the same thing. I mean, you're gonna go. The only thing you're gonna have is like, well, your radio or whatever, you know, your Walkmans. You're gonna have your hygienes. You're gonna have more commissary. You're still on a 23-hour lockdown, you know. So I remember I get there. Well, they take us out, and we settle up. They put us in that cell, and then the fool next to me, he's like, "Lento." I'm like, I got on the door. I'm like, it wasn't me, fool. Right away, ya me reconocieron a la verga, you know, and like, what's up, fool? I'm from, you know, from this barrio. My name is this. I'm like, what's up, man? He was a fool that I told you in the county that was telling me you need to work your ass off, fool, get your money. He was there. He was fighting a life. He gave him life. Manslaughter. He was like, yeah, fool, they washed me up and this and that. And I'm like, all right, fool, shoot your line. I'm gonna send my paperwork. Like, it's not me, fool, but yeah, I'll pass it on to the homie that has it. And he shoots me. I shot it to him. I shot my celly's paperwork. My shit comes back 20 minutes later. His doesn't. So he looked kind of like, fuck.
Stressed.
He was just pacing, you know, like, fuck, homie.
Did you ask him like why was he pacing? Did you
I didn't want to think about it.
I know.
So I'm like, if the homies, he was in there with good homies, you know. Like, I remember they were good homies. I know they were good homies. If they let you pass, because he mentioned a few fools on the other yard too, you know what I mean? If they let you go, fool, I mean, I think you're all right. You're good, fool. My head, you know. So they get at me, hey, fool, come to the door, fool. I go to the door, jalale, and I pull the thing. I get the wheeler. I'm like, hey, fool. I know you just got back from doing something, dog. You know what I mean? And I don't want to lose you. You know, you're good. But this fool has to go, dog. But he can't go untouched, fool. You know what I mean? He has to go. He has this paperwork. Look at that section and this and that. I'm like, all right, jálale, se la lleva. I just hopped up and I'm like, hey, fool, you gotta go, dog. He's like, what happened? Boom, 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 boom. Start getting him up. Boom, boom. I start getting him. He dropped. Ta, ta, ta. I rocked him. He hits the floor. Fool gets back up and starts pushing the button for the CO to fucking come and, you know, and I kept going. Boom, 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 boom. He just kept going and going and going. And the homies were already, hey, fool, that's it. Let it be. Ya, güey, con eso, güey. I kept going and going and going and going. Because I know that it was like, you know, it has to be a bit different, but I just wanted, like, fuck that. I'm going to handle this shit like that. Así a la brava, güey.
Sí.
So, yeah, so that got taken care of. And the Judas finally came. They're like, cuff up. I'm like, now he cuffs up first. They cuffed him up, boom. And then they took him out and then they took me out, boom. The homie, that's right, fool, went back to the hole. I was there for like about a good three months, I want to say, and then they requested me to go back. The homie asked for a celly and requested me, and they're like, all right, go here. I sold up with them, and then I sold up with the homie that I
The
told
one,
you.
yes, the
Then
one
he
that
pulled me.
took care of you.
Yeah.
Not took care of you, but helped you. You know, put you on. He
Yeah.
laced you up.
And he still laced me up some. Like there's a lot of things I didn't learn. Like so I learned a lot. I paid attention. I had a lot of good homies. When I was in Tehachapi, the homie from East LA 13, Whittier Boulevard, he's the fool that put me up on game the most. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready, you know. And I went. Shout out to the homie right there. Yeah, I went back. I sold up with them and did my time with them right there and chilled and whatever, you know.
So
and
your last months were pretty relaxed.
it was cool.
As relaxed as it could be, at least.
It was cool. You had to go in there and get
Do your thing, yeah.
right there. You're not gonna go in there unless you're gonna go in there and PC the. That's what I meant to say. Like you're not gonna go into that yard and not get, you know, not fucking do something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or
yeah, I understand.
no vas a salir bien. No vas a salir a tu pinche tiempo. You know, you're
Sí.
lucky if you do. You
Okay,
know?
because you're gonna always catch it in house.
Ahí
most
sí
likely.
está, yeah.
Ah, so how long did you end up doing there? You said.
Ahí, like, close to 3 years.
Oh,
Close to
okay.
3 years.
So you got out, and you got out where?
I didn't get out. I'm going to the feds.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm going
The
to
feds picked you up.
the feds picked me up. So
For what?
re-entry.
Duh.
They caught on to me already. So I did those. I did that time right there, and
Oh, okay.
they're fucking. I hate what they sent me to. They sent me to Pahrump to an immigration facility, right, for like 2 weeks, and they're telling me, I see you guys are going. You getting out. You got your plane ticket. They show me the plane ticket. You're going to Mexico and this and that. You're gonna get some tacos by the end of the night and this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, me la van a pelar. I'm gonna come back as soon as I get out. I'm coming back. So hell nah. They sent me back to my cell. Like, nah, fool, you're going to see the judge. Marshals are here for you.
Oh,
So
no.
they came. Yeah, I went back to the cell. Came back the following morning. And ya me tienen en el proceso. And then that's it. I went to see the marshals. I hit the feds. I went to Pahrump. What's the name of that? It's like a CCF type prison
And Las Vegas?
in Las Vegas. Pahrump,
Okay.
Las Vegas. I was there.
It's like at the Metropolitan Detention Center, but like the federal holding one.
Yeah, I was there like 6 months.
Was it completely different from what you were used to?
It's like college right there. Like, ahí te están preparando because the feds are way different. Like, the mindset is way different. It ain't like, it's a bit different than the States. It's more money orientated right there. You're going to the feds. If you ain't making money, you know, get the out the way.
Yes.
You know? So it's a bit different. It was a lot laid back, I want to say, but when it hits the fan, it hits the fan.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Because only the big boys go there.
Yeah, so I was there fighting the case. I went through when I was in Ely Max, I hit the victim awareness, all those mental health classes. I had a stack of.
So you were doing
I was
programming.
doing good. I was programming. I was doing good. I had everything good. I was going to school. I was getting all my from school, and I started fighting my case. They want to give me like 90 months in the feds, 60 months in the feds, because right there they measure your time, like you're done as desde morro. Me sacaron hasta porque no estás casado, because you didn't go to school. All that shit adds up. They have like a little scale that goes like this, boom, and then like that, right?
Yeah,
And it goes like that.
sentencing guidelines.
Yeah, they do some crazy shit right there. So pretty much you're paying for everything that you've done in the past already, all over again. You're doing time for that shit. So yeah, I'm fighting with the DA. The DA is going at it with me because they wanted to fucking give me time. I ended up taking 33 months at the end of everything. What saved me was that sí me querían, it was looking bad for me. It was looking real bad for me. And the when we were fighting it already, like we're just gonna go ahead and go at it with them. Es lo que me salvó esos diplomas, and that's where I learned. I'm like, okay, so see, we gotta make a report. If you want to be better, stop complaining about shit. Just build a report and make it happen with that. That's what the U.S. government wants the whole time, right? So what kind of citizen are you gonna be for us? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then my past was killing me. Like you ain't a good citizen. Why you want to make it back? You know what I mean? And so when I seen that, how easy it was for her to beat all that shit they were trying to give me, I was like, oh shit, no se me metió fácil, ahora sí ya comprendo, you know what I'm saying?
Como que cambiaste de un minuto
Me
al
cambió
otro.
la mente, like, oh shit. You know, it was just, to me, it was fast. Like, I did all todas esas clases como en 1 hora, 2 horas y media. Me las sacaba, ya estaba. Y así estaba, you know what I mean? And most of it, like, I didn't even, like, no le pon, I was just, like, I knew the answer already, no le ponía, you know?
Mucha atención.
I wasn't really all into it like that. Era nomás por hacer y matar tiempo. And when the DA was shooting at me that I did this and this and that, and like, look, Your Honor, this man is doing something that most of the people that get deported, he's done. Like, he's going to classes. He has all these diplomas right here. He has, you know, he has all this stuff right here. And he's getting deported. Why does he need this over there? He's trying to be a better person, you know what I mean? And I got one letter from my baby mama saying what type of father I was. That's the only thing that she needed from me, saying what type of father I was, right? And she's like, he's a good father, like in the movies, whatever. That's the only thing I got, the only letter, the only picture, the only thing I got. I didn't get no pictures, nothing from nothing.
Just a letter with.
Just that, you know? And she gave him that information, and she had the DA, like, you know, and the judge just put 33 months, get out of here. I'm like, all right, cool.
So where did you do their federal time?
I went to USP Atlanta.
Okay.
USP Atlanta.
How was that for you?
It was crazy because it's like a big ass castle. You get there, it's like, fuck, this shit looks. And you don't. It was about 17 homies only. The other things, those fools were Latin Kings or, you know, other organizations across the U.S. all in there, you know. The prices were deep as, you know.
Because of immigration, huh?
Yeah. But now they got politics. Like, these fools, they're running a program. Like, damn, these fools are doing pegadas. They're with the business, you know. Yeah. So I'm seeing all that shit because I wasn't seeing that.
Side.
Maybe in other yards they had it cracking, but I never seen the paisas that active until I got to the feds. You know, they're with the business.
Yeah, because they're super deeper in there.
They're deep.
What would you say was the worst thing you saw in federal?
How they
And it doesn't have to be like hitting. It doesn't have to be like it's just the worst thing. Like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got super mistreated, the guards, like something. It doesn't have to be always like a stabbing or something. You get what I'm saying?
It was, when I got to the feds, it was more like kickback.
Okay.
It was just like a college. Like, they open the doors in the morning and then you're out and about. You go to work, do your thing. And I'm grateful that I went to the feds.
I was about to say
that's what got me my mentality that I got now out here. Like, if it wasn't for the feds, I would have probably been back or been already. You know what I mean?
See,
that shit opened my head to like make money, fool. Like,
real life
get
shit.
your money, get it. If you ain't making money, if you ain't thinking about making money, fool, or everything else, just think money, dog. Like, everything you do, every minute, dog, think about getting money. Like,
that's right.
You know, every lockdown, I was washing clothes, boom, 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 I was stacking. I'm gonna get deported. I had my little bucket and I wash clothes.
That was your hustle.
I wash the homies. The homies will show me their ropa and shit. No calzones.
No. Yeah, no, but you know,
but like their gym clothes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll give me stamps. Like, we'll do the stamps, and then that's how I'll get my commissary.
Yes.
And whatever money I was coming in from the outside, and I was just stacking that.
Good.
So I came out with good money when I got out.
Good. So you got out. You're out.
I got out. They sent me to Mexico City this time.
How was that experience?
They gave me a life deportation. I can't come back for life. I'm done. I can't get no perdones. I can't get nothing. I stood in immigration, ran by the president out here. He had a jail out there. Peña Nieto had a county jail right there for us because they wouldn't deport. I'm from Nayarit, so they can't deport me no more. And the cartel stuff got active, super active in that time frame already. You know what I mean? They were shopping foods, you know? They still do,
wow.
but in that time frame, like,
So now they want to protect you guys as well.
yeah, they can't just send us to, like, if we're from down south, they don't send us to the border no more.
Got it.
You know, to Juarez, through Texas, nothing, you know?
Because it's dangerous for you guys.
Yeah, because they'll snatch us up, like who you working for or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I made it to the F, and from there I caught the bus back.
En cuanto llegaste.
En cuanto llegué, I came back. No, I'm skipping. I went to Nayarit. From the F, I went to Nayarit. I saw my dad. Kicked it with him for like about a week, maybe 2. And I couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't do it, man. I gotta go. He's like, what are you gonna do with him? I can't do it. I'm gonna go back to Tijuana. I gotta go. My money's running low. You know what I mean? And I need to get out there and get an apartment, get a job, and make sure my money lasts. So pretty much just got there, got my clothes, got whatever I needed, kicked it with them for a little bit, and I just came to Tijuana. I was in contact with my grandma at that time. And she's like, all right, look, I'm gonna help you out with an apartment when you get there. Hell no, when I got here, she's like, I couldn't get the apartment. I don't know what you're gonna do and woo. But my cousin had came with her, and she's like, nah, primo, had to stay with me. He had at least like a little ass house, little living room in the kitchen, and just one room, 6 kids.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna get out of there as soon as possible. Don't trip. Just let me settle and boom, I get on a jale. Mind you that when I was out here, the time that I lasted a bit longer, the call centers, there was like 3 call centers out here. And that's call centers right now in Tijuana, they're popping right now. They're everywhere. Like, we got this shit cracking. Like, they're paying us good money, you know.
Oh,
we're making more money than a cop or a doctor out here.
Oh,
you know,
because it's in English.
Yeah, because in English, you know what I mean? And
that's good.
so that's what got us on point. If it wasn't from call centers, I don't know what the we doing out here.
So how long have you been out?
Right now, 7 years.
Oh.
I feel like I just got out though. I still feel I still program. I still do the same thing I was doing in the feds. I don't stop the program. I get up earlier than in the feds now.
But you know what? I think that's like the best thing. I feel like that helped me. Like in order for my life to be straight, I have to keep doing what I've been doing ever since in there. Like the mentality so that I could stay sober and stay focused. And it's still the same thing.
Because what they teach us in there, I don't know why I never picked up on that in my first terms, man. What the homies teach us and the discipline that they give us is to better yourself. Like, what if you come out here and you apply that life that you know, be strict out here with your program, man. You make it, you go far.
That's right. That's right.
You don't, and that's I'm like I looked at myself and I'm like, that's the only thing that's gonna help me, man. I'm just gonna hold on to that and every day is a program for me. Every day.
Right.
Every day.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. So you're still programming. We're doing good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue to do good.
Guys too.
Yeah, because I'm sure you. I mean, does it ever cross your mind like, hey, I'm gonna cross?
Yeah.
You fight.
But
yourself.
I don't want to. Like.
Good for you.
I feel like it's boring now out there. Like, it's not my homies too. Like my older homies that I chop it up with, you know, they're like, nah, fool.
Well, no, because it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like now you have your life out here. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like you're doing what you were supposed to be doing out there. But this is where you belong.
I like it out here. Life is it's like this, and I need to be busy. I stay busy. I hit the gym at 3:30 in the morning. I'm already on the way to the gym.
Good for you.
In 7, I'm already at work. I come home and that's it. Program done, buddy. We're just gonna chill.
Yes, good for you. Good for you. So you feel good.
I feel good.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, I'm glad.
Thank you.
Because I know it ain't easy. You know, it's not. Is there anything that you want to share that you haven't shared? You said you have a Deportado. That's your brand. Tell us a little bit. Tell Indicted about your music.
I rap. My movement out here is Deportado movement. Right now signed with Michi Loco, Still Banging Music. You could check me out on Deportado, Still Banging Deportado Movement YouTube page and the Still Banging Music channel. yeah, that's what I do. Basic music keeps me going
Good
too
for
out
you.
here.
So I was gonna say that's your little escape.
Yeah,
Good for you. Good for you. So you made a song with Mashika Warriors.
yeah.
Tell me about that. I know them.
That's my perros right
Yeah,
there.
like I bonded with them a few times, like a lot of with Toker.
Yeah,
We woken up with each other, woke up with con las lagañas en los ojos. They're very, very,
they're
very good
humble.
people. Yes, very, very
Yeah.
humble, very good people. Tell me, where you know them from? Tell me about your song.
Well, we connected. I really don't connect with too many people that don't walk the same where we come from. But these fools are being that they're from out here. Them fools they walk a strict line as far as our program, our get down, our way of thinking. You know what I mean? We ended up doing that song, and then they ended up flying me out to, not them, but the promoters ended up flying us out to Mexico City. We rocked a few stages already, us, and then
Yes.
Guanajuato. We got this thing going right now, La Resistencia. We actually gonna be on November 4th. We're gonna be in the F in the pyramids. Dia de los Muertos. We're gonna be rocking the stage with them as well.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So we got that. When we collaborate, whenever we come together, it's called La Resistencia, because we stick to our mindset, to our cultura, our Southside get.
No,
down, you know what I mean?
I understand. That's so cool. Well, congratulations. I'm sure you're
Thank
gonna
you.
kill it.
Yeah, we got something good coming.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, thank you for coming on Indicted TV.
My pleasure being here. Thank you.
I
for
really
having me.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on Indicted TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.